Oh, hello. Hopefully everything is working. Camera is working for now. I need to fix color correction on that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my I guess my first Arkham stream ever. Chapter 2 showed up at my door today. Literally at 5 hours ago. Well, it was working. I wow, my face camera. Let me fix the fact that it looks like I have lipstick on. I don't even know how to fix that contrast in the opposite direction. Nope, that's not good. Saturation? No, that makes it worse. Oh, okay. White balance. No, that's good enough. I don't know. I'm colorblind. I can't figure this out. Anyways, hi. I barely know anything about this set. I the things I know is I've seen some of the investigators, but I haven't read their abilities. I've just seen the photos of them. I think Joe Diamond is one of them. Lessons learned this year, so I guess they've reprinted some cards. I didn't even know they were going to do reprints of cards. I figured they were going away from the old cards. I also know that the campaign in this is 3, and I guess the next campaign they're gonna do isn't gonna be 8 scenarios, but it's gonna be 5. Which seems weird, but I guess maybe you make 8 seasons out of 2 campaigns, which would be fine. Which could be fine, depending on how they build them. In the shadowed town of Arkham, Massachusetts, a small band of intrepid investigators seek to unveil a mystery of the sinister menace that threatens humanity. But beware, the arcane realm holds countless unspeakable terrors, and the investigators must take care to maintain the tenuous grip on their sanity if they hope to survive. It is a game for 1 to 4 players, though I know every time I've played solo, it's extremely hard, at least in chapter 1. Maybe in chapter 2 they made it actually more survivable for solo players. We'll see. Yeah, I haven't even opened the box, so we're gonna open the box now. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna just look at the cards. I'm not gonna sleeve anything, so we're just gonna play them raw dog. I have played Arkham as I mentioned, so um, unless there's anything like any of these are uniquely new. Oh, that is. Huh. There was a first player Go token, but there are 4. Maybe these existed. I guess these might be just the. I wonder if these are going to be the character, the movement tokens. These little flashlights. We'll find out. Arrows are nice. I have. I'll probably grab. I'll probably use these ones, but if we need more, somewhere over there, I have acrylic ones that came from Arkham Knights. We got a rule book, and we got the campaign guide for Brethren of Ash. Another bag. think the same design, yep. Okay, this box is actually neat. It's all, oh, I'm noticing, yeah, no plastic anymore. Did the Earthbound games really get the ball rolling? Sick if true. Okay, never mind. We have the the action indicators. Interesting. So we have 3 scenarios. And these are the... It looks like these are the XP cards because this has a 1. Obviously, I haven't seen anything. So normally I can pull up cards. I purposely haven't looked at anything, so I have no access to these cards. I might incidentally buy them just being reprints, but I have not scanned and do not plan to bring up cards. We got Trish, Isabel, Dexter, Joe Diamond, okay, and then Daniela. Hopefully I'm pronouncing those names right. Dividers. We're going to open the dividers. I want to see what their designs are. Oh, they're just symbols. No way they're going to just put the symbols in the campaign, are they? Honestly, that's way better than saying, like, cold. Is there a rat one? And then blank ones, I assume, so we can make our own. Okay. I like those. I'm definitely going to keep those. Although they're the wrong... Wait. Can these... Why are these foldable? They can stand up. Why are these foldable, though? Oh, do you think so that way you can put them in smaller boxes so they don't get destroyed? Interesting. I didn't think about the trash I was going to generate from this. We're going to throw those behind me. I will deal with that at another time. So as I said, we already have tokens, so we're going to use these. I'm going to use a bunch of dice. We have dice from Burger tokens that we're going to use for everything else. The only thing I was thinking is for resources, I want something that can pop up on stream, and I don't think my Burger token resources are going to appear that well. They're kind of small. So we're going to use... Shout out to Neon Static. I'm just going to use poker. I'm going to use the credits from Netrunner to indicate resources. Just because they'll show up on stream. Now I think it would be sick to have poker chips that are Ark themed. Feels very correct for the vibe. No, we'll keep that. So I'm gonna kind of play this like I haven't played Arkham before. I think that's the best way. So I think I'm gonna put all these put back the things we're not going to use. The dividers, the tokens. We'll use the tokens I have. We'll keep out the XP just because if we play a second scenario tonight, it will depend on how long. We'll have another. I'm hoping this is enough space to play Arkham. That's why you can see a little bit of this. Is I'm worried that I might have to intrude on a lot more space than I'm expecting. Yeah, we can put that back there. We'll keep these just in case. So going through the rule book. If you're familiar with the if you're familiar with previous releases of Arkham Horror, the card game, an overview of this core box set changes and how they can be used are on 31. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we'll just go there. We'll see if there's any big changes. A new player would definitely want to read through this. The art in this book is exceptional. I love the layout. I love the design of these are so much better than the one before. So that's good. Upgrading guides, deck customization rules, changes from previous core sets. If you're a long-term player of Arkham Horror, this section is intended to get you up on speed. The game has expanded since its initial release. Current and legacy environments. This is not a new edition of Arkham Horror. All previously released content is compatible with cards in this core set as well as all future releases going forward. This core set and all current releases form a current environment, a smaller card pool that is the recommended way to play the game. These reduce the options, provide players with every ever-changing set of cards that create a true experience of the living card game. Campaigns and scenarios are optimized for an eye on the current environment to create tight, challenging experiences. Players who wish to embrace on an even more chaos may play with any or all previous releases or out-of-print content. This experience is known as the legacy environment, in which powerful combos and strange interactions between current and past releases are possible. I think this is like the biggest upset, and I think it's the one that makes the most sense for Arkham. Marvel Champions, this makes less sense to me, but in here, this makes sense in that Arkham has too many cards. And I think it makes it near impossible to like make challenges if you're designing for new players versus legacy players. We're gonna obviously just play with core today. If we do more Arkham, I might do legacy, I might do current. I feel like I'm just gonna vibe it out more than anything. When playing cards that trigger abilities with bold action designators, a symbol indicating a skill test is included in the parentheses after. Okay, so if it says fight, says fight parentheses, then we'll use the corrector agility. It's to do a fight but use agility rather than the default combat skill. Some cards will let you choose. Okay. Modified reprints. A handful of cards from the previous release have been reprinted in this core, and others may appear in future products. Most of the cards have been reprinted as written, but a few have been slightly adjusted for from their previous versions, keeping the spirit and identity of the card intact. If a player has two versions of the card with the same title, only one version of that card may be used in a deck. you can find the list of reprints on the Arkham Grimoire online. Okay, so because they're going with the current environment, they can change some of the cards. That's cool. There's updated layouts. Oh, I guess that is updated. These used to swap. The frame used to swap up a little bit more for this. And I guess that was probably the same. I think it had a little bubble over there. New components, connector tokens, and investigator tokens. Connector tokens allow players to visually indicate which locations are connected to which rather than referencing to the location. Yep. Additionally, may now use their investigator mini card or one of the included tokens to indicate their position on the map. That makes sense. I have acrylic tokens that I use of the characters, so guess I have to go get those now too. Reward cards. Campaign expansions may feature a unique subset of cards, the campaign reward cards. Campaign reward cards are neutral cards that can be added to any investigator once unlocked. Reward cards can't be added to the player's collection until it has been unlocked, until that player has unlocked that card. Okay. Oh. Interesting. So I'm gonna guess that somewhere. Oh, neat. The round things. I'm gonna guess that probably in this are gonna be cards that you get that I don't have access to until I beat this, and then they get added to my collection. Specifically, me, the player, and not other players, which I think will be annoying for people to track. I'm probably going to keep it in my collection, and then if anyone plays using my collection, we will just use whatever I have unlocked. I think that's probably the only real easy way of keeping that fair. But that's cool. I like that, like, playing campaigns now unlock unique cards instead of before where you could just buy the player pack and then by the rules you just got access to all of them. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with your game. All right, abridged. Now that you've played your first campaign, or okay, I haven't played my first campaign yet, but that's okay. And then it has the golden rule, which is if a card text directly contradicts the text in the rulebook, the text on the card takes precedence. Yep, that's fundamental card game rules. Silver rule is if two cards in directly contradict one another in a possible way to reconcile the encounter card takes precedence over the player cards. The lead investigator decides in a tie between if they're both encounter cards or both player cards. The Grim rule: if a player is unable to find answers or come to a consensus on a ruling or timing conflict in the Arkham Grimoire, resolve the conflict, which is the worst possible outcome. And it's a cooperative game, so play together. Table talk is allowed. There is literally specifically one thing. And then how to do this. Okay. I think we're just gonna get into it. I was expecting there to be more changes to this. I'm gonna look to see if it's gonna recommend a specific thing. If playing solo, Joe Diamond is recommended. We're gonna play Rebirth of the Brethren of Ash. campaign. I can't tell you that this is going to be spoilers, but if you did click on a thing saying I'm going to go my first look through of a game, I feel like at some point I can't help you. We're going to grab my Joe Diamond deck. These are going to be our scenarios. This is our reward cards, which we'll keep over there in case we get them. We'll keep the little face guys over there. And then do we set up first? We get the thing. We gather the deck. We choose a lead investigator. We assemble the token pile. Again, I'm going to use dice for everything I possibly can, except for the resources where we'll use neon statics poker chips. Okay. We assemble the token. Okay, no, so they still have, so encounter sets still have names. Okay, interesting. They had they only have icons on their divider though. Which feels like they don't really want to use names. We're gonna assemble the bag. We're gonna do standard. I'm gonna be honest. I generally play on easy even. This game is kind of hard. True solo. I think I play. I think every time I've played multiplayer, even 2-player, we've done standard. Elder Sign, auto fail. Elder Thing. Tablet. 2 skulls. For anyone curious, I use coin collectors, so that way these have a better feel. Because otherwise they're just cardboard. 2 skulls, a -4. I don't even know what I was last playing. Oh, I think I was doing. I think I was doing a campaign with friends who hadn't played yet. -2, -2. 3 -1s. -1, -1, -1. 2 zeros and 1 +1. I did see that they have deluxe tokens, which was cool to see. And they have 5 more investigator decks. Though the deluxe box that I kind of want to get, it's a little pricey. I was kind of in shock. I guess it's not even like it's like $20 more than I was expecting. I was expecting about 100. It's 120, which seems a little steep. In my opinion. So we've assembled this. It tells me these are almost more useful than the old ones. Oh, right. Yep. So we have a basic weakness. Okay. So I am. This is sort of like. I was hoping they had 41 Derringer or Luger. Derringer, I think. 31 Derringer. Oh, I guess that's in Rogue. No, I think it was in this. It's the one card I'm missing from my entire collection. Yeah, so I can play Seeker and Guardian cards. So I am like what was the FBI agent? The the Guardian from the first box. I'm gonna randomly remember and be happy. But yeah, the investigator, the Guardian from the first box, feels much like that. Which is my ability. After I successfully investigate, I draw a card. Okay, so I want to investigate more than the other one where I want the other guard with in the Guardian where I want to kill things to then investigate. +1. Okay, and then if I get the star sign, it's +1. If I succeed, draw a card and gain a resource. I start with 5 resources. We'll keep that there for now. Um, so they do have Peril, they have Hunter, they have Retaliate, they have Surge. We're gonna have to come back to these. It's been a bit since I've played it. But I think it says that I draw my opening first, which I believe is correct, before I do setup. Although I don't think I've ever done that. I think I always just set up first and then draw. So I think we're gonna set up first and then we can draw. And yes, I'm just gonna be raw dogging these cards. Spreading Flame. Cool that these are backwards. Well, then maybe I pulled them out backwards. Strange things are afoot in the city of Arkham. A recent spat of fires and grisly accidents have the entire city on edge. Well, the Arkham advertisers have offered a few flimsy explanations. Oh, sorry, I should make this so you guys can read it. Few of them, you and your associates are not so sure. Robed figures have been sighted near the odd happenings, and your mutual friend is convinced they are to blame. You agree to meet your friend at your you agree to meet your friend meet at your friend's dormitory at Miskatonic University to try and get to the bottom of things. However, when you arrive, your friend is your friend's room is empty and the dormitories are strangely quiet. So we're gonna gather all of the things. So spreading flames. I'm gonna assume that these are correct. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that they've not effed this. No, wait. I'm starting to realize maybe I should check. Miskatonic University, which puts locations in. Weird, but I think it makes sense. Ashen Pilgrim, Bystanders, Cosmic Evils, Eldritch Lore, hallucinations, fire, mad scientists. Okay. So 3 agendas for acts. Acts are how we progress, and agendas are our timer. Okay. Put your friend's room location card in play. I think that's where we're going to be spawning. Set each location aside out of play. Okay. This sounds familiar. We're going to put this reference card over here. It will be underneath my face. We'll reference it when we need to. We're going to put all 5 copies of fire out of play. Well, we put the locations out of play too, right? Shuffle the remaining encounter. That can't be right. Oh, yeah. Put all 5 copies of fire aside, along with Dr. Henry Armitage, which makes sense. I was like, this cannot be correct. And the Servant of Flame enemy. Okay. Just kind of put them out of sight, and then shuffle the remaining encounter decks to make a deck. So we'll just shuffle this a few more times. Then we'll read. I like to read the agenda, then the act, then draw my hand, and then we'll read the location after. Past curfew. The campus is strangely quiet, and there's no sign of your friend. Hooded figures cross the quad as nervous students scurry under painfully bright street lamps. If we can parlay for books of a difficulty 2. And if we succeed, we can discard a bystander enemy at my location. Where there's smoke, you are searching the dormitories for any sign of your friend. Objective: at the end of the round, investigators may spend the requisite clues as a group to advance. So we don't need to be together. We don't need to be at a specific place. But I guess I'll be alone, so that won't matter too much. But once we get 2 clues, we have to wait for the end of the round, which should be after refresh. The end of the round. Yeah, after we check our hands. Because the end of the round happens after that. So we advance into the Mythos phase. That's a little unfortunate. we'll draw our hand of 5 cards. I've been playing a lot of Earthborn Rangers. 5 cards. And did they change anything about the mulligan rules? I would assume they would have told us. Setting aside anytime. Okay, yeah. So we can set aside any number. If there's a weakness drawn, we set it aside and draw an additional card to auto replace it. And then after we mull again, even then we put that aside. So you can't start with your weakness, which is a good balancing thing, probably. It's been a while since I've just like shuffled cards, like bear cards. I guess that's not true. Non-play like poker cards. It feels nice. I read that they are just a card game. You can just play them. I tend to like to sleeve up because if I need to, these colors can drift a little bit. Not that I'll be able to tell that, but somebody will be. And it's just longevity. If I'm shuffling these hundreds of times, but I think I might not just. I might just keep sleeves to the side for Arkham from now on because I haven't been playing it much. So we automatically discard that one, drawing this card. Now we can make the choice to mulligan. So we can right tool for the job lets us search the top 9 cards for a weapon or tool. We have a hand cranked flashlight. Oh, do they not just have the normal flashlight in this set? That's crazy work if that's true. We can investigate. We investigate +1 for this. If you succeed, you may discard this to put a -1 on the shroud until end of the round. -1 shroud. That's terrible. That's not good. Bodyguard could be good, but kind of expensive. Overpowered. I don't generally think I want that in my opening hand. I could be wrong. It's been so long. Investigate a revealed connecting location. Now you get +1 for investigating. I may exhaust local map to move to that location. But it's 3. I can't even investigate on my thing. So I think I keep hand cranked flashlight because I think at least it gives me +1 to investigation, which is actually fine. And then right tool for the job can probably get me a weapon. And then I think I just discard the rest of these. So we draw 3 more because this one has already been discarded. Working a hunch. Endurance. Deduction. Okay. And then these get shuffled back in. Sorry. Sorry about that. We'll just getting lost in the thought process. All right. Your friend's room. That is where we start. Your friend's room is in utter disarray, but there are signs of a worry mind or some kind of struggle. Your friend's room, it's two shroud. It has miskatonic trait. It's has 2 clues per person. We'll use these little Galaxy Mario Kart box looking things for clues. Choose an enemy at the connecting locate. Oh, I can engage. Choose an enemy at a connecting location. That enemy moves to this location and engages you. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. This action does not provoke. Yep, so because, yeah, for anyone new to Arkham, if you are engaged with something and you do not invade, fight, or parley, or resign, it provokes an attack of opportunity where the enemy attacks you and then just straight up deals damage. We'll get into more on how that does it. So there's 2 clues here. And we have to get both of them. We get 3 actions around. And we can use those to do a list of abilities. We're gonna, for action 1, we're gonna spend 1 resource to play a hand crank flashlight. Should be cranked, right? We'll put those to the side and we'll reference those when we need it. I'm gonna put the map over here so that way we can kind of have like a. No, I don't know. I think I'm gonna put the tokens on this side. We'll keep mine here for now. Then the action 2, we're going to use hand crank flashlight to investigate here. We get a +1 to our books. We investigate with books, which I think is the normal anyways. I'm like 90% sure. So every time we do any skill that has a difficulty, we pull a random chip from the Mythos bag, chaos bag. I think they call it a chaos bag. That would have been really good if we grabbed it, but it just kind of fell out. The difficulty for investigations is typically the Shroud of the Room, which is 2. So we have 4 books naturally because of our character, and we get +1 because we're doing it through the hand crank flashlight. So we're at 5. -4 is in this list, so it is possible to fail. That's an auto fail. Not only is it possible, that's automatically always fails. Nothing bad happens, so we just try again. We could commit cards here if we think that we need to, but I don't think we need to. -1. So we move 1 clue from there to 1 clue to us. That is our 3 actions. We played a card. We investigated 2 times. Investigated twice. We go to the end of the round. We'll follow this guide. Enemy phase. There are no enemies. Upkeep phase. We reset our things. So normally you would flip this over to show that you had gone, because in 4 players, anyone can go in any order. Each investigator gains a resource and draws a card. Now, drawing cards can be scary in Arkham because, yes, they are. That is how we get good abilities. but also it is typically where all of the bad stuff is. Then we go to the Mythos phase. We put one here. If the Doom threshold is met, which is 3 on here, it's this little icon right there. Each investigator will draw 1 card from the encounter deck. I draw a bystander who goes onto my thing. Doomed. When the enemy is defeated, place 1 doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. That's not great. When the enemy is defeated, which I think is different than being discarded from the parlay. Oh, I could have spent 2 last turn to working a hunch to get out of here. My bad. Although I don't think I wanted to use it. I think I prefer keeping this. I'm going to use the parlay ability to talk with the bystander. It's a difficulty 2 as denoted on this ability, on this test. We have 4. So -2 or more. +1. It discards him, which I believe is distinctly different than defeating. Nope. Doomed. Effects of discard is not considered defeat, and the enemy does not trigger the doomed keyword. That's what I thought. I was like, that is. I think they use the same sort of process in Marvel. They said, I find Arkham a fun game, but it is a bad solo game, in my opinion. So I don't play it solo often. Second action, because that was my first, is going to be investigating with hand crank, so I get +1, so -3 or more. -3 because we're at 4 and then +1. So I move. So I get a second one. Oh, I could have gathered intel off of him entering. I have to remember to look at these. I think I play Endurance. I think I might just play right tool for the job, and then it will set up for next turn for me to be able to. We're gonna search the top 9, and then we'll shuffle after. So 3, 6, 9. Tool or weapon? Machete. That's so funny. This is my only option. So the machete will go to my hand. Now, I weirdly want to draw from my right hand. This is interesting because normally I'd like to draw from my left hand. This will go into discard. So the end of my round. Enemies. There are no enemies. Upkeep phase. Reset our actions. Ready exhausted characters. Exhausted cards. Gain a resource and draw a card. Dead ends. Weakness. Blunder. Forced. When you search your deck and... Oh. I didn't read Dead Ends. So we shuffle this back in. We don't draw dead ends. We actually drew dead ends as our third round. When the game ends, wait, how do I get rid of this? When the game ends, okay. You earn 2 fewer points if this is in my card is in my hand. I don't think I can discard this card easily, can I? That's cool. It's like hospital debts from Skid O'Toole from the first one. 2 fewer XP is crazy though. Okay. So I have this from the search and then I draw this card. Okay. And then I spend both my clues to advance. You find your friend Satchel scorched with a stylized emblem of an open palm. Whatever your friend is, where Satchel. Sorry, your friend Satchel. I thought it was your friend whose name was Satchel. Your friend Satchel, scorched with a stylized emblem of an open palm. Wherever your friend is, you imagine they didn't go willingly. As you turn to leave, you are confronted by masked figures. By a masked figure weathered in flames. As the room erupts in flames around you, you let out a chilling wail. Discard each enemy in play. Put the set aside dormitories and Miskatonic. Did I put those here? Alright, what am I putting on? Set of time dormitories and Miskatonic quad. Into play. And spawn the Servant of Flame at the dormitories. Attach one set of fire to your friend's room and put each other's side in the encounter discard pile. Which fire says, when the investigator phase ends, each non-elite card with health at this location takes 1 direct damage. Am I a non-elite card? Luckily, we did this at the upkeep phase. Escape the dorms. A burning apparition stands between you and the exit. You must escape the dormitories. If each undefeated investigator is at the Miskatonic quad, advance. Hint, it is sometimes better to run than fight. Okay. I can move. It will. Oh, sorry. Then we have to do Mythos phase. So this goes up to 2. Then we draw a card. Put Unspeakable Truce. Put Unspeakable Truce into play in your threat area, which will be here. That's why I was thinking we might want to put the map. Yeah, I think I was right. I think we put the map over here. Something like that. Because squads is going to lead to more things. After you discover one or more clues, I take a horror. And then I can pay 2 actions to discard it. Well, I don't need clues currently. So I think action 1 is to move to the dormitories. Dormitories. Recently renovated, the dormitories boast some of the most modern conveniences, including air conditioning, flush toilets, and commercial icebox. A communal icebox. And a communal icebox. Cool. Dormitories has 1 clue per investigator, so just 1. And then we can spend an action to heal 1 damage and 1 horror, once per game. I get engaged by the Servant of Flame. Hold on, before I do that, am I going to do this? I might do a second act. I might do an action before I do that. Yeah, I know technically I gained some information, but I didn't think about the fact that I don't have high dex. And he has 5 health per player. And I don't have a weapon. So I think I'm going to play 2 endurance. Pay 2 for endurance, which will let me spend resources. Action 2 is to move here, which will put him here. Yeah, but then I can invade him. Oh, if I evade him, that's right. He doesn't get to act because he's exhausted. But then he instantly engages me. I think I gather intel then. I'm going to pay 1 for gather intel. It says it's fast, so it doesn't take an action. When an enemy enters oh. He doesn't enter my location, does he? He didn't spawn in my location. I entered his location. Yeah, I'm gonna try to evade. I have 2 normally. He has 4. I can commit 1 to gain +1. Actually, because it's attack or evasion, it's 2. Oh, I was supposed to draw another card. I investigated twice and I forgot to draw my card. Oh well. Yeah, that's a problem for sure. This makes it even. This makes me up by 2. Counterpoint, I could punch him, but I need to punch him 5 times, and that doesn't seem likely. If I do this and then I can do it again and then move. And then I can stay healthy, which does seem kind of important. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. We're going to spend 2 to gain +4, which puts me at 2 on him. So I could fail still. And this is the 3rd action. I don't. I believe this unengages me, exhausts him. If I am wrong, please let chat or comments section, please let me know. I have been known to not know the rules of the game I'm playing. Enemy phase. It says that enemies with the hunter keyword move. Then each ready engage enemy attacks if able. I don't think it moves because it's exhausted, and also I'm its prey, so it's going to come towards me because it does have hunter. And then it's not engaged or ready, so it doesn't attack. Then we reset all actions. We ready all creatures, and I know this from my time before. This now automatically re-engages with me, but now I'll gain a resource and draw a card. This is not. This should be one. I don't know why. I don't know why I've exhausted the location. All right. Oh, I can play. I know how to play this. I can spend 5 resources to play it. I am understanding now what it wants from me. I think I'm going to try to dodge spending 2. So I'm 4. Unless I can only do this once, but it doesn't tell me I can't. So 2 or less. Or -2 or more. Stone, -1. Reveal another attack token. If I fail, I take 1 damage. This could be really bad for me. -3. If I fail by -2 or more, draw the topmost copy of fire if possible. Can I just not move from an engaged creature? I take a damage now. I now have to consult the rulebooks. It's been too long. I actually don't remember. Investigator. Without risking hitting your partner, move. Move is a basic action. Uses this. Investigator may move the mini token. Blah blah blah. Whoop. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just fail this playthrough immediately. That's pretty good. Can I just move though? Like I'll just take the attack of opportunity. Page 14. Pay particular attention. Oh yeah. He has retaliate, but that doesn't matter because I didn't try to hit him. Pay particular attention with enemies engaged when attempting to fight or flee. Yep. Investigator fails combat test. Ready an enemy with retaliate. If investigator fails evasion test with alert. Target enemy attacks that investigator. He doesn't have alert, luckily. Can I just resign? Now, move. I have to consult the internet? Because I'm going to be honest, if I could have just moved this entire time, I would have. I just thought that I thought engagement stopped you from moving full stop. Can you move? Well engaged. Arkham Horror LCG. Oh. Oh, and they'll move with me to the new location. Oh. Come with me. I'll take 2 more harm, and then we'll use, I don't know, black for mental. Sure. I'll have blue. All right. Well, I didn't want to do that. We are here, so we will advance. You emerge from the dormitories, lungs bursting into a crisp autumn evening. Looking behind you, there are no trace of your pursuer. You remember your wait. Do I have to be emptied? No. Okay. You remember your friend planned to consult Miskatonic University's head library, Dr. Henry Artemage. He may be able to help you understand what's going on. Search all in plays and out of areas for servant of flays. Heal all damage from them and set them aside. Okay. That's fine. Discard each enemy in play. Discard all tokens attachments from your and remove it from game. Put each remaining set aside location into play. So dormitories is still on fire, but we put out Ornay Library, Warren Observation, and Science Hall. Something like that. They're all connected to this place. And then advance. We are on Act 3, Search for Dr. Artemage. Your friend has mentioned visiting the head librarian, Dr. Henry Artemage. With more and more strange figures arriving, you must scour the campus for his whereabouts. Objective: at the end of the round, investigators at the Ornay Library may spend requisite crews as a group to advance. So that was Action 2, which is upsetting because if this was just Action 1, we would clear Unspeakable Truths. But now I can't do that. I'm going to gain a resource. That's very frankly silly that I did that. Alright, there are no enemies in play. We gain 1, draw 1. Perceptive. Okay. Oh, sorry, Miskatonic Quad. The quad is the central crossroads at Miskatonic University. It has 0 clues in it, of course. During your turn, if there are exactly one or more... During your turn, for no actions, if there are exactly 1 or 2 investigators in the game, I can move to a connecting once per round. Okay, so I can freely move. That's actually quite good. 3. Past curfew will clear. The winds carry the scent of smoke from across the campus. A plum of flames rises from nearby buildings. In player order, each investigator makes a brain 2, brain 3, head 3 test. Each investigator who fails takes 1 horror. I fail. -X, where X is the current act number, so -1. So I fail, I'll take 1 more horror. I'll go to 3 horror. Lit up. The sky glows with a faint orange, with glows a faint orange as the flames spread. And there's still the parlay test. We are now act number 2. We draw a encounter card. Into play in your threat area, 1 per investigator. It just goes away, I think. It doesn't tell me search, so. My turn. Action 1 and 2 are going to be discarding the unspeakable truth. Actually, I'm really glad that I didn't do that. Action 3 is going to be investigating with the... Oh, no. Quick action is to move with the Miskatonic Quads ability to the Science Hall. The construction of the West Memorial Science Hall at the northern end of the campus is confusing, to say the least. However, students nonetheless are more than happy for modern facilities and state-of-the-art science equipment. Forced. After you discover 1 or more clues, choose and discard one card from your hand. With a victory of 1. The new frames are kind of cool. Action 3 will be using the flashlight to investigate. And then I think I can play fast before the end of my turn, technically, so... -1. We move the clue from there to me. I can see why, yeah, because I'd have to move 2 every time. And we need 3. And at the end of the round. So it's going to go here, here. Do you think Orny Library is going to have any, or am I going to have to move into the danger zone? No enemies. Gain a resource, draw a card. Resilience. Oh, that gives me 2 more health and things. So that is actually kind of worth thinking about playing. There's a max hand size of 8. Am I at 8 now? Oh, I am more than 8. Rip. Logan, we're just never going to be able to play you. Realistically. We're going to go to the horror... the mythos phase. Hellhound. Hunter. After Hellhound attacks you during the enemy phase, choose and discard 1 asset I control. That is terrible. It has 3 health. I'm going to have to spend my entire turn attacking it. That is not great. We are going to pay 1 for Gather Intel, though, because it did move, did enter my location. And I'll fight anyone who says that that is not how that works. I'm going to punch it for action 1. With no bonus. It's 2, so -2 or more. -3. I'm going to punch it. I'll spend 1 for +2. -2. Put 1 damage on it. That's annoying. And I can only parlay with a bystander. Forced after Hellite attacks you during the enemy phase. Oh, I can, nah, I just punch it. I'll lose my hand-cranked flashlight. It's fine. Next attack. Last action. No bonuses. -2, which still hits. So it goes to 3. Enemy phase. It will hit me for 1 on each. Struggling. Lessons learned doesn't even help me. Damn. I'm gonna have to discard another card. We draw that, we draw this. Hand crank flashlight. Oh, I discard the hand crank flashlight because he attacked me. Mythos goes up by 1. Then we draw another one. Revelation. There is an enemy at my location to test for. -1. I fail. I will take a horror. This is really bad, guys. It says it's a test 2 normally, but it's +2 difficulty because there's an enemy at my location. If I fail, I must either take 2 damage or each investigator at my location takes 1 horror. And I'd rather take 1. Oh, I need to discard a card. I'm really bad at this. I'm gonna get rid of deduction. Alright. Action 1. We spend 1 point just to maybe, hopefully, guarantee this. When we punch him, -4 or more. 0. We beat the Hellhound. Move here for action 2. Quick action. We'll move to this observatory. A generous grant from Tillengast Endeavors has allowed the university to bring this storied observation back bigger and better than ever. Did it break? After discovering 1 or more clues at this location, I can draw a card. Oh, I meant to discard when I discovered something here. I haven't ever actually done my ability, so I'm just running a blank ID. We're doing really well. I'm gonna investigate it. It's 3 shroud. I'm gonna draw so many cards. No, maybe I don't. Maybe for now, I actually just happily emergency cash for 3. Because I would like to actually not have the cursed card in my hand. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Eight. So yeah. So now we're at 5. This went up to 3. We draw this card. Forbidden Secrets. If you have no clues, Forbidden Game Search. Otherwise, we'll test 3 book. For each point you fail by, you must either place 1 of your clues at your location or take 1 horror. Alright. Oh, and I can only do this. Oh, before I show, I think I commit this one. So that way we're just... Oh, no. We'll do this. Perception. After successful, the performing investigator gets draws 1 card. So, I am 4, 5, 6 versus 3. Auto fail is 0, so I'm going to take 2 horror. And I lose. Yeah, so that was that's Arkham. I think we just restart. This is my problem with this game. This game is not fun to play solo. Like, there's no, like, yeah, it's difficult, but this isn't even on the difficult section. This is on standard. This is just like, you draw the literal you coin. Like, okay. What am I supposed to do about this? Like, at least if I'm playing with other people, it's like, I'm not the only one who needs to succeed. Or, like, other people can carry weight if somebody is getting auto fails. But in this situation, it just wasn't feasible. I don't know. I'm like really down on this game. As a solo game. Again, every time I've played it with people, it has been an incredible time. But this game solo is actually not great. I guess we just like shuffle back up. I want to be able to at least say I've beaten the first section of this game. Yeah, and like part was if I had just run past I would have had a whole nother turn of doing stuff. Which might have helped. Cool. We're gonna set back up with these things on the side. The 5 copies of fire on the side. Yeah. So we're just gonna full reset. I'm not gonna talk about the story again. We're just gonna continue from where we are, or not continue. We're just gonna start the mission over again. At least now I know how difficult this will be. Oh my god, they have not. I knew it wasn't gonna be different, but like, I forgot about why I stopped playing Arkham solo. It's like an incredible game. I love the like narrative bits to this game, but man, I want to feel some amount of control. Like especially with that, like I committed enough that I was pretty sure I was gonna pass, where it was like only one or two, but like I could have committed 20 cards and nothing. Like there's no getting around it. And again, like when it's in multiplayer, that problem is less because it's just like, oh, you only lost one of your 6 actions, 9 actions, 12 actions. I guess it wasn't even the action there. It was that I just lost the entire game. But like with multiple people, like the better person who could have evaded could have come in and invaded the guy, and then the other players can sneak around. Like an invading means way more on last action in multiplayer. Where I was like, oh, I'm just doing this to avoid the damage. I then wound up taking it. And I was like, oh, I could have just taken the damage. Been ahead. But I guess I didn't know that it was just going to clear the guy. I had an inkling. Oh, I think I just nicked one of the cards. Yep. Oh well. I will like I will use sleeves when I'm playing. I just don't keep them sleeved usually. I'll keep the basic weaknesses sleeved. That is generally my go-to. So 5 chips. Endurance was actually kind of good. Sharp rustic is decent. The right tool, I feel like, wasn't a bad option. It just should have done it earlier. I think those two are good. I think the rest of these are traps. Like, I want Vicious Blow, but not now. I want Logan, maybe. But, like, do I want to spend all of my points on him? Maybe. And he is a thing I can push in front of of damage if I need to. But no, I think I'd rather dig for something better. Okay, those are not better, but hey. Heck, I would have taken hand cranked flashlight there. Cool. Yeah. So we need the 2 clues. I can just do 2 actions to do it. Then the third, I guess I'm gonna play the right tool for the job. We'll look at the top 9: perception, overpowered, dead ends. It's a trap. I forgot that dead ends existed. This card is bad. Why would you put this in your precon if it's going to find you a problem? Yeah, it doesn't matter what we find. We have to find dead ends with it. Cool. We have just investigated 2 times and drawn a card. I'm going to investigate for action 2. I'm going to commit perception. So I'm 6 versus 2. So -4 are up. So auto fail is the only thing I believe that will fail me. Could you imagine? I think I'd crash out. I draw a card from Perceptive. I draw a card because of Joe Diamond. Thank God I'm finally remembering. Once per round. So I won't draw again if I succeed this, but we will try. Wait, do I want to? No. Oh, it's the end of the round. No, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. Investigate. 2. -2 are up. +1. I do succeed. And if I succeed, I draw a card and gain a credit. Now I could just play this. Enemy turn, nothing. Gain all of my actions. Ready all exhausted cards. Each investigator draws a card and gains a credit. I unironically might play my dead ends. Then at the end of that, I can spend all of my things for this. You find your friend's satchel scorched with the stylized emblem of an open palm. We're gonna, and then everything turns to flame. Discard each enemy in play. Put the set aside dormitories and quad. Oh, and then my friend's room catches on fire. The rest of these go into this discard pile, and Servant of Flame goes on the dormitories. No, I won't do the play. I don't think. Then we'll go to the Mythos phase. This goes up by 1. We draw this. Did I shuffle this? Maybe I did. We're shuffling this. We'll accept this fate. But if there was a second one on top, or like was within the next couple, I'd be like, I don't think we shuffled. We probably just got a little tilted about the last game. Wow. That sucks. Move. We'll take the 2 of each from the Servant of Flame. If people are just coming in, I lost this mission already, and I kind of started crashing out about it. We get to the quad, which lets us advance. You emerge to the door from the dormitories, lungs bursting into a crisp autumn evening. Looking behind, there is no trace of your pursuer. You remember your friend planned to consult Mysticon University head library Dr. Henry Armstrong. He may be able to help understand what's going on. We find Servant of Flame, no matter where he is, put him out of game. Discard each enemy in play. Remove all tokens and attachments from your friend's room, putting that out of play. And then we put the other 3 locations into play, which is the Science Hall, the Observatory, and then the Orrery Library, where we need to gather the clues and go to for the search of Dr. Armitage. Searching for your friend. At the end of the round, investigators at the Orrery Library may spend the required amount of clues to advance. Alright, and then I have one more action. And I think there's only one thing to do here with this one action. I'm gonna pay 5 resources to play Dead Ends to remove it from my hand. Why, you might ask? Because it's bad. It reduces my XP at the end of the game. I'm gonna move to the Science Hall though before my turn ends with the quick action that quad has, which lets me move if there's 1 or 2 investigators once per round. Okay, that is my end step. There is no enemies. I will gain a resource, draw a card. I'm at 8, so I don't have to discard. Mythos face. Past curfew will click up, and we will draw a card. It is a bystander, which we can use past curfew to parlay with. Yeah, I'm gonna try to parlay its books to parlay with him. I'm trying to think if I want to spend anything on it. Yeah. No. We're just gonna... It's 2 versus 4, so -2 or more. Oh! +1. And if I succeed, I gain a resource, draw a card. Crazy. 2 actions to get rid of that. I want to see if there was a fax action. There is not. Alright. Well, that's gonna suck. I might have to discard some cards. Yeah, but it's worth, right? Because I had the free action. Yeah. I can't wait to draw another one. I'm gonna be so happy. Alright. I'll go to my end step. There are no enemies. I draw a card. Get a thing. I have to discard 2 cards. We'll get rid of Sharp Rhetoric and I kind of like hand cranked. I don't like hand cranked flashlight, but I like it more than get one more. Library Assistant is probably gonna be the answer because all it does is increase my hand size, which sounds really good. I just don't see me having the ability to do that. 3 past curfew advances. In order, we are going to do a brain test, and then if I don't get a +1, I fail. -4. I'm going to take 1 horror. As the wind carries the scent of the flames. Light up. The sky glows of a flanked orange as flames spread. And I can still parlay. Mutated. Test 2, difficulty 2. There is not. It's brain. Resilience is the only thing I could give up. Okay, this could be the end of me again. So if I draw a -4, I immediately no, I think I go to 0, so I live no matter what, but this could be really bad. -1. So I fail by 1, so I'll take 1 horror. That's a cruel card. Cruel, not cool. Oh, I could have revealed this to draw 2 more cards on the turn I drew it. That's fine. I'm going to play Detective's Intuition, which gives me 2 resources, and I'm going to heal 1 horror. Action 1. Action 2. I'm going to play this hand-cranked flashlight. Action 3. I'm going to investigate, because I do kind of need to. +1. So after I discover 1 clue and after I investigate, I'm going to discard a card, then draw a card, I think. And then draw a card. That is the end of my turn. I was +1, so it was 5. It was pretty hard to fail. I discarded from this one, so it's the end of my turn. No monsters, so we're gonna go to my phase where I get to refresh everything and draw a card. Fedora. It's a card for sure. It's one of the few spoilers I knew. Thank you, Andre, from the Metropole Grid. Mythos increases. Then we draw a card. Mutated Experiment. Terrifying. My go. I won't be able to leave. It has 3 health. Crazy work. 4 versus 3. I'm going to commit Vicious Blow for it to be 5 versus 3, so -2 or more. I'm going to draw -3 and crash out. Even worse. I'm going to attack it 2 more times. -1 or more. Auto fail. -2. Okay, it attacks me. If this goes up, draw this. I'm just gonna speed through this. Cool. I'm gonna attack this one. Wow, it's a -1. I actually hit. This game blows. -3. If I failed by 2 or more, put fire onto my thing. I'm done. Guys, this is it. This game does not compute with me. This is not fun. I'm not having fun here. Fantasy Flight. Why? Why would we do this? Don't put this card in this deck. This card, bad. This card, cool. This card is bad because of this. I get what you're doing. You're like trying to show like why this is a bad card. I'm just gonna get pummeled by these things. They're gonna follow me forever. I can't really evade them because I'm not designed to do it. I haven't been able to get a weapon because there's what? What are we doing in Fantasy Flight games? Is that it? What are we? Hold up, now I need to go on a tangent now. We're done. I'm not even gonna finish this. This is not. This deck does not function for one player at all. The recommended solo deck is this one, by the way. It wasn't like I went with Joe Diamond because of like liking Joe Diamond. I went with it because it said, hey, if you're only playing one player, play this deck. And I played now I need to know the name of the Guardian from Arkham Horror or Arkham DB. Revised core set. It was Roland Banks. This card, this ID, was recommended for you to play as a beginner in the revised and original core set. This guy slaps. This guy's good. He's fun. He's pretty decent. His ability is to fight. He has a good fight stat. I do have a good fight stat, but this deck also ran the beginner deck. Let me see if I can log in. Let me see. Is there where I can show Sort by date, maybe? Roland Banks starter deck. One, two, three. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weapons. Four weapons in the original thing, and I would say even that felt a little small. But that didn't increase. That didn't include guard dog, which would let you deal damage. Dynamite blast, which lets you deal damage. One copy of vicious blow. And then what that was it? Yeah, so it was a 45 automatic, a 38 special, and 2 knives. Oh, and a machete, so 5. 5 cards in total were weapons for the Guardian. For the thing that was like here, if you're gonna be playing solo, you're gonna need to do a lot of damage to investigate. This is also a seeker. This is a seeker who can take Guardians. They are very similar. Joe Diamond has 2 weapons, 1 vicious blow. Logan, who can give you a +1 to fighting, fine, and when you defeat an enemy, you can exhaust them to gain 1 resource. That's fine and good. This can add to your damage. Right tool for the job, which seems like a great card, but then you just have such a 9. You draw 5 cards out of your, 30 card deck? 30 cards. So 25 cards. You look at 9 out of you look at 9 unique cards out of 25 cards. The likelihood of you hitting dead ends is pretty big. There's a calculator I can look at for this, but Fantasy Flight Games, what have you done? Like, this deck should not have made it through. Like, I want to mention, this has 2 fedoras in it, which are ostensibly dead cards. You have resilience for 1 more, and this card is playable to me. This does not look playable. Like, I'm even sure that most people would look at resilience and say it is not playable. Why do I have 2 fedoras and only have 1 resilience, though? And a bodyguard who, oh yeah, okay, I can. Bodyguard can do damage. Cool. It has 2 weapons in it. Roland has 5? Was that the final count? Yeah, 5 weapons in it. Wants to attack to gain to search. You don't even get a benefit from attacking here. Lessons learned is good if you are getting hit, but and like secure the scene of the crime is fine. If there are enemies there, you can grab them. But this doesn't feel like it wants to fight. This feels like it wants to investigate and like can kind of fight, but that's not what I would recommend new players to this game who are playing solo, right? Again, if I am coming in here and going, oh, I want to get the core box, play the core box solo, because I don't have friends, or like I want to learn the game before I bring this over to my friend's house and show them how to play. Roland Banks did a fine job at that. I could play that starter deck for Roland Banks with minor changes and play it in any scenario. And it was fine. And like some of the minor things were like, I think I didn't run medical techs. Oh, but yeah, that's true. It actually even had healing. This one has some amount of healing. But like, do I need fingerprint kit? I feel like I'm investigating well enough. I guess fingerprint kit can show me another clue? I don't know. I feel like this is such a letdown compared to the other deck that is not trying to be, but is filling the same role. The story seems cool. I'm probably gonna go play it later using Roland Banks. I'm just gonna go pull Roland Banks, pull his probably pull even just the whole starter set and run this. This seems like a cool adventure. Maybe I'll do that on stream. I'll at least talk about it on stream if I do it. But this might just sit in my closet for a bit. I'm kind of out of Arkham. Maybe my friends want to play, we can go through this, and then I can have better opinions if it is a 4-player game. But I did expect this to be like the other thing, where it's like, oh, take the beady up character who can investigate, play through the first one, you'll be fine. But all I did was get raffle stomped because bad draw of the luck, but that's fine. I didn't play on easy. That is fair. I didn't play on easy, and I feel like maybe most people would, but I don't feel like you should have to. Standard shouldn't be such a difficulty jump. It just felt like I was wasting my time fighting these people, but I couldn't unfight them. I couldn't like move around. I'm not good at evading. And that's my thing. Like if this was like, if Joe Diamond was, hey, you're gonna be really good at investigating and evading, you're gonna have enough skills to fight but not be fighting. Fighting, I'd be fine, but he wasn't good at evading. You had to do like through the cracks to evade, which I would need clues on. And I couldn't even get the clue because I had massive problems. Just like the Mythos deck can be so swingy that the starter decks need to be a little more consistent, especially if you're going to recommend this for the single player. That is going to be the end of my rant. I should not rant too much about this, but I wanted to do a no spoilers. Like I have seen some cards. I saw this card and went, wow, this seems fine. This seems like cardboard for sure. But I didn't expect to just not be able to enjoy. Like at some point I was pulling chips to fight these things bored. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna pull these, and then when this inevitably fails for the third time, I'm just gonna call it. Like it didn't feel high stakes. It felt like a chore, which is kind of sad. I don't think this is a problem technically with just. I don't think Chapter 2 is the problem here. Like I don't think this is gonna be an indicator that all of the campaigns are going to be bad. Like, again, as I said, this might actually be a fun campaign. I'm going to try and jump back onto this with another character with a refined deck. And, like, if that was all, if it was like, hey, we're not going to... like if it was like, hey, you can play solo, we don't recommend it, but you can, I'd feel a little better. But it was like, oh, you can play this solo, play this deck, and I was like, okay, cool. And the deck does what it does good, which is investigating, but it doesn't do the other thing you need in Arkham for a solo deck to do, which is to deal with enemies either through evading or combat. It did both. It did combat and evading subpar. And maybe you just have to aggressively mulligan for the 2 weapons. The what? 1 in 15? Out of the 2 out of 30? Or the 1 in 15? I don't know. I'm going to crack these. I just want to see what these look like. But I'm going to probably just crack the rest of this. This is probably going to be the rest of the stream. It's just, I'm going to look at what cards have been reprinted or look through. Let's see the other characters' abilities. Heck, maybe I'll find a character and be like, oh, maybe this is, and then I might just be like, I recommend not using Joe Diamond. Sorry to get negative there, but like, Jesus, that was for sure a game. Like, not one I would willingly. I probably wouldn't willingly put myself through that again. Solo, I should say. All right. Sorry. So we'll put Joe Diamond over there. This is Delania Rise, the mechanic. When an enemy attacks the investigator at your location, fight that enemy using either the basic action or a fight ability on a card. Limit once per round. Okay, so she'll deal a bunch of damage. So on her star effect. Sorry, I forgot that you guys can't. Actually, we're just gonna look at cards. Her Elder Sign is she gets +1 on the thing and then deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location, even if that is not for. Even if your action is not attacking. Oh, they don't have knife. Oh, whoa. Do they only print? No. I think everyone's going to have hand cranks and emergency caches. Okay. Broken. So her unique item is a weapon that gets +2 attack, and then if an enemy attack this enemy attacked you this round, so during the, I guess you could just take attack of opportunities. You get +2 for this round. Bodyguard, Endurance, Logan, M1911. Okay, so they're no, the M1911 was. Did Joe have an M1911? Could you imagine this is where I found out that I just. Oh yeah, he did. He's on 2 weapons currently. M1911, which is +1 damage and +1 to attack. It's good. But it's only 4 ammo. Machete. If this is the only one, you get +1 damage. So 3 weapons. Right tool for the job. Hold on. Oh, in a debt without a negative for it? Crazy. Could you imagine? Oh. Meat cleaver. Look what I found. Sorry, I should be actually reading these. When your turn begins, heal 1 damage or 1 horror from Alexa. Oh, that's cool. You have something that heals. You have a ally who heals himself. You have bandages to heal. Hunter's Instinct. After you engage an enemy, spend 1 supply and exhaust to add a level 0 event from your discard to your hand. Oh, level 0. Level 0 event is the XP cost. Meat cleaver. Sorry. So I like Hunter's Instincts. Jumpsuit. Choose a weapon or tool from your discard and put it into your hand. That's actually really good. And it has 2 health, so you can wear it or you can discard it to get a weapon. Level-headed. There's a name for these. There has to be. I just don't know it. Meat cleaver, which does which adds +1 to your attack or +2 when you attack with it, and if you defeat an enemy, you heal 1 horror. This is incredible. Whenever you trigger the above damage, and you take 1 horror to do an additional damage. Okay, so not as good as this. Unless this is optional, I just don't know if it is. Look what I found. Discover 2 clues. Pretty good. Shove off. Slippery. Did I wonder if this would actually have been better? Broken bottle. Broken bottle. +1 for the attack. And I may discard it to do +1 damage for this attack, which seems a lot like knife. Hand crank flashlight. Hand crank flashlight. Emergency caches. Overpowered, and unexpected courage. Those are all normal. This could be actually a fun Guardian deck. Sorry, I'm bumping the table a lot. If you're a normal viewer, you are probably more confused. I set up I have changed my layout on my desk a handful of times. But now the camera is back here. There's no monitor here anymore. The monitor is on the 2 sides now. So I can just stare right at the camera as I'm staring forward. Who is this? This is Trish Scarborough, the former spy. You may take an additional action which can only be used to evade. So unlike Skid, let me just. Skids, which could be anything and has to spend 2, you always get it, but you can only use it to evade. All right. And then on a Elder Sign, you get +0, but after the test resolves, you may disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. That's actually incredible. Covert Ops from the Shadows. This is her specific card. Invade an enemy, exhaust Covert Art. After you invade an enemy, you exhaust Covert Ops to either draw a card or move to a connecting location. Black Chamber Operative. Hunter Prime Triscumbag only, or Scarborough only. Place one clue. You cannot. If you cannot. Okay. Big stalker who makes her abilities not work. Was that Joe Diamonds? Sorry, we're going back to this deck. Overzealous was the normal, which is draw the top card of the encounter deck. That card gains surge. Seems good. That Lucky Cigarette case. After you succeed by test by two or more, that seems normal. M1300 Hammerless. Oliver Bishop, which is +1. Silver Tongue, Sticky Fingers, Thieves Kit, Out of Sight, Local Map, Magnifying Glass. I'm glad to see this. Working Hunch Deduction, Broken Bottle. Wait, so we're running more than... Is this supposed to be running broken bottles? I think I'm convinced that this deck is I'm convinced that my skid deck is not correct. Manual Dexterity, which seems normal, and Perception, which seems normal. Isabel Burns, The Returned. Was she already a... Isabella... Isabel? Oh, I guess she's... Okay, she says The Returned. I assume that meant that she was returning. Twin 45s? Oh, sorry. Her ability is no action, but during a test when you perform a test you are performing, take one indirect horror. Okay, so this is a cost. So I bet on the other thing, on the... Yeah. Take one horror, : so this is a cost. So this seems like it's not a requirement to do. So that Meat Cleaver actually looks really good. So you can take one indirect horror, or one direct horror. Commit an eligible card from your discard pile to the test. After the test resolves, shuffle that card into your deck. That's actually quite good. And you get +1 on your Elder Sign, and if you succeed, you heal 1. +1 and +1 damage for this attack with her firearms that have 6 bullets. After you resolve an ability, spend 1 ammo, exhaust them to fight. Okay. Spend 1 ammo. So you can spend 1 ammo. Okay. I see what this is trying to say. Okay, so you can Take an action, expend an ammo to fight with fists, which is 3, getting +1 for the attack. And then after you resolve that, you can use your other hand to make a free attack, but using feet or agility instead of combat. That's cool. Breaking point, take 1 direct damage. Then if you have 6 or fewer remaining sanity, take 1 direct damage. Then if you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity, take 1 direct damage. Okay. Seems bad. Bandages, hunters, but meat cleaver seems so good. This card just, I even shove off. Yeah. Oh, Cloak of Renaissance. When horror is placed on the Cloak of Renaissance, exhaust it, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. Cosmic Flare. Jim Culver, which is a old, which he is a he is a form investigator, right? Yeah, from Dunwich Legacy. So cool to see that the other characters make an appearance. Ward of Protection. I didn't realize this now, but now I'm understanding. Why is one deck not running this? I'm noticing that these decks are also, I think they did this in the revived cores as well. They're using one playset to make multiple decks, so like half these are running one-ofs, which is goofy and silly. Especially when they show that they are willing to print more than one neutral playset of neutrals. Just print more than one playset of the normal cards. Dexter Drake, the Magician. After you play an asset, either return another non-story asset you control to your hand. Story assets probably are assets you get from the campaigns. Or play a different asset from your hand, paying its cost. Limit once per round. So whenever I play an asset, I can either return a non-story asset to my hand or play another one. I'm paying the cost if I play it. For my next trick, search for item, spell, or item assets, pay it, reducing the cost by 2. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I'm gonna guess that he has the Necronomicon. Yeah, I kind of saw it. I kind of saw this art, but it's also spells and items. I feel like they have to put Necronomicon into play. That cannot leave except by this thing. Test 5 brains. If you succeed. Oh, sorry. While this is in play, you cannot play assets or trigger abilities of other assets you control, but you can do a brain 5, which is your starting test of 5 brains. If you succeed, discard the Nomicon. If you fail, shuffle it into your deck and take 1 horror. Okay, so it leaves the play no matter what. Cloak of Resilience, 3 charges, a bunch of spells. They all seem really good. I'm just Lucky Cigarette, Hammerless, M-Teen, Sticky Fingers, Broken. Am I missing something? We're investigating. Because does every other deck... it will be 30, close to 30. No. Wait. Oh, no, sorry. Assets. No, yeah, it doesn't run Broken Bottle. Everyone else does. Broken Bottle, Broken Bottle, Broken Bottle. He's just missing 2 weapons. Fantasy Flight. What are we doing? What is this? Why? Oh my god. Okay, I'm crashing out now. Okay, cool. Everyone but the solo guy, the one they recommend for solo. Let me just. If you're playing solo, Joe Diamond is the recommended investigator of choice. I'm gonna crash out if it's once you played it, you should have some experience to level up. The first easy first person is Studious level 3, which allows you to begin the game with an additional card in your opening hand. If you want to resculpt your hand just by a few moments, a strategy tip maybe we can get to the. Who isn't afraid to confront the horrors of the hidden world head on without a weapon? Resilience and Bodyguard allows punches, weapons such as the only 2 weapons he has. This is crazy. Yeah, first thing I would do is I would take those 2 fedoras and then replace them with broken glass. I think that is an easy fix. This easily makes this redeemable. But what is this? I'm at a loss for words on how I feel about this. This does not make sense to me. This deck specifically doesn't make sense to me. Actually, every other deck, I haven't played them, but like, what is this? What is it? What do you mean? He's gonna confront the things head on with 2 weapons and his whole in 30 whole cards. What are we talking about? At least broken glass instead of fedora. Like, the 1 extra health and horror isn't gonna help. Especially, I think since it trashes if you take either of them, so it instantly pops off, which is like thematic, but that should cost 0. Or be a fast action. I feel like Fedora's a mess of a card, but yeah, replace that with Broken Glass, and I think I'm happy. I'm not. I think we can at least just start discussing how like you have to mulligan pretty aggressively for weapons and stuff. This. Just saying that his M1911 and machete ensure that deal combat as well as take it is a crazy sentence. All right. We have one more package. I want to look at the reward cards. And then I need to head off for the night. So we're going to look at these. And then we'll And then I'm going to put these back in my box, and then I'll look at Arkham again in a few weeks when I get some friends to play. Counterattack. When fast, so no action. Play when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location. Cancel that attack and deal 1 damage to that enemy. Perfect. Bodyguard. When Bodyguard is defeated, deal 2 damage to a thing at the location. Bodyguard's felt fine. It feels expensive, though. Sledgehammer. So much damage. But it's also really expensive. Yeah. Okay, so we have some basic weaknesses. That's cool. I just wanted to see. Um, Spend one or two secrets to exhaust. Search the top 3 cards of your life, or 6 instead if you spend 2 secrets. For any card, draw it. If one or more weaknesses are among those search cards, draw them as well. Shuffle your deck. I wonder how that works with Joe Diamond's ability. +2 for invasion for each clue up to a maximum of 6. That seems fine. Studious. That's fine. But again, you're fixing them recommending that this is the first thing you buy from Joe for Joe Diamond makes sense, but all they are doing is fixing the problem with the deck, which is just that you don't have enough of the card that you want, that you have to draw more cards to increase your chances of drawing the card you want, which I assume are the weapons or the bodyguards or whatever, and where they could have just printed more playsets of a card, and we wouldn't have to have them recommending, oh, spend 3 XP, your first 3 XP you'll get. Hopefully you'll get it too, because you might not, because you have your weakness that can make you draw 2 fewer. Like, just make the deck more consistent. It's their starter decks. Like, yes, I know you're trying to sell your $20 starter decks, but this is a $70 box? Like, make these decks good. I will probably get the $20 starter decks as well, but don't make me feel like I need to play the game. Sorry, I forgot to read this one. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. 8 instead if you control 2 or more colors. Draw 3 of them, which is weird. Why would you give Joe Diamond such a bad thing for the deck that's searching? Like, I get it. Like, it's thematic. Like, other classes aren't gonna see it. Like, he is gonna see his weakness because he's in a class that does that, but it feels just so bad. Like, I guess you just wait until you know where it is, but like, that means you're slowing down, and in this game, slowing down is a punishment. Sticky figures, after you successfully invade, exhausted to gain 1 resource. What is the difference between this and the other one? Do you have sticky finger? No. Oh, it's fast. Okay. It's fast, and you can commit it for 1 more, but I was like, there's no way I'm spending 2 XP for the commit for 1, but it's fast. It's fast. That makes sense. Decisive strike. You're going to fight with combat. Let me. Fight with combat for +2 and deal an additional damage. If this defeats an enemy, gain 5 resources. 5 resources? Oh, this is the. Yeah. Permanent, gain another day, another $1. Now, this is a good card. Skids would love this. It's another free action. It's just a free action at the start of the turn if you need it. And I know they're not like planning for the old investigators or not, but I have all of my Arkham collection, and I would rather limit myself through different means than limiting myself through what I can't play. Like, I would rather remove all cards that aren't in standard from my options, but keep the investigators, because investigators are just kind of what you I find get attached to easier. Like I wouldn't want to limit the characters I can play. I'd rather limit the card pool. If this skill test is successful, heal one horror. Yep, this is fine. I'm not seeing anything. I'm trying to like quickly skim them just to see if there's anything like I think is worth talking about. When you would fail a skill during a turn which a non-auto fail token was revealed, you succeed that test instead if that token was with a symbol. If a token was with a symbol was revealed during that test, take one horror. Okay, I like this. 1 for 1, and if you can succeed so long as you don't draw an auto fail, and you might take a horror. Old Compass gives -1 for this shroud for this investigation. If you fail, you may exhaust it, which means it gets -2 for. If you do this, your location gets. If you fail, you may exhaust to attempt this test again. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Old Compass is. So I was sleeping on this, but actually I like that you can investigate. If you fail, you can effectively get a +1. It's not always a +1, but it can be effectively a +1 and then do it again. The only reason it's not technically a +1 is if it's already at. If you're investigating a place with Shroud 1, it goes to 0. It won't go to -1. 0 is the lower limit on that. On the Brink. If you fail a test, return each other card committed to this test and draw a card. Oh yeah, because you can commit other people can commit cards. Okay. Now it gives +2. Now if you have 3 or if you +3 if you have 3 or lower, and the same thing happens where you can take a horror to do an extra damage. This card's great. I don't know why anyone wouldn't run it. Charisma. I don't think that's changed. Relic Hunter. Don't think that's changed. Basic weaknesses. Don't think they've changed. I'm going to put that as a wrap for this stream. Thank you all for coming and watching. Especially if you are watching in the future. My thoughts are Joe Diamond sucks. I might try this again later with. I'm going to be honest. Isabel looks great for this. Trish could even be good. The mechanic could be fun. Or I'm going to take out the fedoras of Joe and put in the broken glass bottles. And we'll see. But with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a good one.